You're gonna snap in, too. First big bump we go over. You better calm down, little sister.
Let her alone, Nick. She's perfectly all right.
Mm-hmm. Like a colt under his first saddle.
I could remind you how you were the first time you addressed the Cattlemen's Association.
Well, how was he?
Well, he... We better not talk about that. Everybody's nervous the first time they face an audience.
It's not that. I don't want to disappoint you.
You won't, darling. You won't.
Anyway, I bet you're the prettiest new Bible class teacher those kids ever had.
Thank you, Heath.
Now, why didn't I think of that? Sweet talk. Now, don't worry, sis. It's not as scary as it looks.
Now, the children should be at Mr. Engstrom's at 9 o'clock. That'll give you plenty of time to get them here at 10.
And, Nick, the children are going to church, not to a picnic.
Why, thank you.
You two will leave after you drop off the children, won't you?
Is she asking us to stay away from our little sister's first Bible class?
Nick, promise, please.
Well, now that's going to be a terrible disappointment.
Don't worry, sis. We'll leave.
It looks so different on Saturday.
Once the children get here, you'll feel right at home. Come on.
Pull it. Don't move, either one of you. Come on in.
They're the only ones here?
That's it, Ma.
Get him inside. Don't hurt him any more than he's hurt already.
Ma, them women.
Don't you worry, son. Your ma's looking after you. They ain't gonna cause any trouble. Unless they came to church to find a convenient place to die.
Ma, gotta see how bad it is. I don't mean to hurt you, son. Easy. Easy, you're gonna be just fine.
Go take a look outside, Wes. See if anybody else is coming.
Sorry to inconvenience you, but this boy's got a bullet in him. Couldn't go no further.
Was that any reason to hold a gun on us?
You the preacher's wife?
No.
Didn't expect to find anybody here on Saturday.
My daughter is teaching a Bible class here at 10 o'clock.
Troy, come give me some help.
Hand me that canteen.
I think I know who they are.
So do I.
Ma, if there's going to be more people around here, we ought to get out of here. We can find a dock further up the road.
We ain't going nowhere. This boy's suffered enough. Why otherwise would we have stopped here? How far is it to town?
3 miles.
Is there a doctor there?
Yes, you'll find his house.
I'm not taking him into any doctor. He's coming here.
I see.
No, you don't.
Well, it doesn't make any difference whether I see or not.
Yes, it does. Because you're going to get him. Did you hear what I said? It upsets me when people don't do like I say. Maybe you don't know who I am. My name's Annie Morton.
Yes, I've heard of you and your sons.
It's all clear, Ma.
I also heard how you robbed and killed those 2 gold miners up at Settler's Gap yesterday.
News travels fast.
Is that where your son was shot?
Yeah, it is. And this is where he's going to get better. With your help, lady.
All right, Audrey, let's go.
No, no. Not her. Just you. That way I'll be sure you come back real fast and bring only the doctor. I want you to get one thing straight. You're going to do just what I say and how I say and when I say. Or she's not going to be teaching a Bible class again.
Bible class?
I won't be long, Audrey.
Nobody will bother her. Just be sure you get back here fast. Troy, you go with her. Make it fast, Troy.
Sit down. Go on.
Are you comfortable, Lon? Wes. Wes, get over here and help me with your brother. You want him to die?
He ain't gonna die, Ma. Not with you taking care of him.
Lady, if you figure on telling that dog more than you
I
have
know
to.
what to tell him.
Well, just as long as you know. How much further is it?
Less than a mile.
Ma's sure gonna be jumping till we get back. Come on, get up.
Why, Victoria, what brings you to town?
Ivor, is the doctor in?
No, Tom's up at Brown's Lake for the weekend to do some fishing.
Oh. Well, may I borrow his medical bag?
His medical bag?
It's an emergency. Please, Ivor, I'm in a hurry.
Oh, just a moment.
Ain't there another doctor in this here town?
No.
Ma's sure gonna be unhappy about that. Hey, how far is it to that Browns Lake?
It's a 3-hour ride from here.
My brother could bleed to death by then.
That's why I asked for the doctor's bag.
Here it is.
I'll return it as soon as I can.
Victoria, is there anything I can do to help?
No, thank you.
Come on.
I ain't gonna die, am I, Ma?
Of course not, Lorna. You'll feel fine as soon as the doctor digs out the bullet and binds you up.
Bible class teacher, huh? Good looking one, too. I don't remember him being that cute. Of course, I only went once. Just couldn't stand it indoors. Of course, it might have been different if they'd been as pretty as you. Sit down.
Where is he?
He wasn't in. You'll find all the instruments you need in here.
I ain't never dug a bullet out of my own son.
Well, what about his brothers?
No, they ain't no use.
We gotta get out of here, Ma.
And go where?
To another town and find a doctor.
And have him so shook up he don't live to get there?
We got no choice, Ma.
All right. I'll do it.
You better put him on that table over there.
Troy, Wes, come pick up your brother. I can't. What are you doing?
I have 3 sons of my own. They've had more than their share of accidents that I've had to take care of when no doctor was available. I'll try and take care of your son.
Well, that's good to know.
But only on one condition.
Condition? What makes you think you can talk to me about conditions?
I'm not doing this for you or your boy. I'm doing it because I want you out of here by the time the children arrive.
Is that the condition?
Yes.
You just get him well enough to ride. Make no sense for us to hang around after that.
As long as you understand.
Oh, now look here. Sure.
Audra, light the stove in the vestry. Boil some water.
You're hurting him.
He can stand it if you can.
Your ma sure acts like she knows how to fix a wound. Come on now, you don't have to act so unfriendly. A gal like you ought to have heaps of things to do with her time, besides teaching a Bible class. Neither one of you are going to get hurt now. Fact is, we're kind of grateful for the way your ma's helping us out.
You gave her no choice.
Well, your ma wouldn't have just stood there and let my brother bleed to death. Sure is a shame I can't kind of stick around and sit in on that class you're going to teach.
I don't think you'd like it.
Maybe not. But I sure would like to teach her.
Wes! Get out of here and up to the belfry. We need a lookout. Bang on the wall if you see someone coming. He never would have come near you if you hadn't given him a reason. We need the water.
Wipe down on this. The bullet is in very deep.
You told me you could save him. Ain't that what you said?
I said I would try.
You should never have started if you weren't sure.
Let her alone, Ma.
She's putting an act to him. Anyone does that's got to
I
be sure
will
what
stop
they're doing.
anytime you want me to.
Oh, keep going. But I'm warning you. Nothing better happened to him.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do to stop this from hurting you.
That's Wes. Someone must be coming. It isn't time for those kids to get here yet, is it?
I don't know.
Troy, go see who it is.
It's a preacher.
I don't want him coming in here. You, get rid of him.
Nothing else, girlie. Just get him to go.
Good morning, Reverend.
Good morning, Audra. The children haven't arrived yet?
My brothers went to get them.
I thought I'd stop by and see whether you needed some help.
Well, thank you, but my mother's here with me.
Oh, yes. You'll be needing the hymnals. I'll get them for you.
I already have them.
Fine. And the lesson. What's that going to be about?
I thought I'd tell them the story of the prodigal son.
Very good. Looks like you don't need my help at all. And I'll see you and your mother at services tomorrow.
Thank you for coming by. He's gone.
You're smarter than I thought. I'll get on with it.
I found the bullet.
Well, what are you waiting for? You're torturing him.
My hands have to be dry. Give me some bandage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go, Heath. Here's another one. Hey, if you fellas got nothing better to do while the kids are in Bible class, you could ride back over for a couple of my new seasoned ciders.
Sweet or hard?
I got them both.
Well, you just keep that keg primed and we'll be over.
Invitation as friendly as that. We'll be picking up the kids every week.
Well, you boys are welcome anytime.
Have a nice trip.
All right, Heath.
It'll start healing now. You're going to be fine, Lon, just fine.
He can travel now.
It don't hurt you now, do it?
No, not like it did, Ma.
Oh, that's good. You can rest here.
You said you'd leave as soon as I was through. That was the condition.
The only conditions I ever abide by are those that suit me. Look at him. He's too weak to travel.
He can travel. And you said yourself there's no point...
Lady, you're wasting your time arguing with Ma. She says he ain't fit to travel. And that's the way it's going to be.
Let's go, Ma. She fixed me up. I can ride.
No, you ain't moving. That wagon ride's likely to open your wound up again. You start bleeding, you lost enough blood already.
What about the children? They'll be here soon.
They don't bother me. Filling them full of all kinds of pap. Making them think there's some kind of good Lord keeping a special eye on them. Why don't you tell them the truth? The only help you get in this world is when you help yourself.
I'm asking you once again, please keep your word. Please go.
I ain't risking my son's life. We'll go when I say he's ready. Must be those kids. Troy, take your brother upstairs. You can go on with your class, only be sure that's all you do. Because if I see or hear anything I shouldn't, I won't lose a moment thinking about it.
I should never have asked Heath and Nick not to stay for the class.
I'm glad you did. They're not armed. You think you can go through with it, Audra?
I think so.
Bring that doctor's bag up here!
Good morning, children. Just take a seat down front.
Well, calm down any yet?
Yes?
Sure you don't want to stick around, huh?
Well,
Huh, too late. You had your chance. Besides, we're going over to Lee Engstrom's place to taste his new cider.
So we'll see you a little later.
Oh, where's Mother?
up in the choir loft.
Good luck, sis.
Hey, I think we could sit in the back there and squat way down and listen.
Nah, Nick, we promised.
At that cattleman's meeting, you'd have thought I had my boots on backwards. I got up to speak, stepped on the chairman's foot. While I was speaking, I spilled water all over him. And after I got through, I stepped on his foot again, going back to my seat.
Will you get in?
Oh, get some of that cider.
As you probably already know, I'm going to be teaching this class from now on. And as you also probably know, My name is Audrey Barkley. Miss Audrey, if you like. It hasn't been so long since I sat just where you're sitting now. And maybe, just like you, I used to wonder whether my Sunday school teacher would make the lesson interesting enough to stop me from thinking about all the fun I could have been having if I were out there. Well, let's see if I can make our lesson exciting enough to put your imaginations to work.
I don't want them kids wondering where you are. Get on down to them. And don't you try anything. Because this gun will be on you every second.
Oh, howdy, Leaf. That's real fine cider. Fresh and cool as a mountain stream.
Not too sweet either.
Tell me to come over some night for some of that hard stuff.
Anytime, boys. Gravensteins and Spitzenbergs. That's the secret.
Just a little of each, huh?
You trying to steal my recipe, Nick?
Well, now, I figure I may as well learn from a good cider maker. That way I gotta learn good. Then I can have him over to my house for some of mine.
Now, don't use any that's spec. Wash them real good before you start your pressing. Your cider will be as good as mine.
Thank you, Leaf.
We better be going, Nick.
All right, sir.
If the women folk got time to stop by, they can taste my cider, too. Yeah, you figuring the next one already, Ma?
The only way to get anything to work is to plan it ahead and to plan it right.
Yeah. But you never planned on this.
Or on you letting that miner take a shot at Lon.
Well, I thought he was dead, and so did Wes. Anyway, we've been clear out of this valley by now. You've done like that woman said.
What she wanted ain't what I want.
What are you going to do with her and that gal when we leave?
I ain't decided yet.
Ma?
We're gonna get plenty of rest when we get up to those mountains. That gold will buy us everything we need until you're well and on your feet again.
What I'm really trying to say is that the more we know about others, the more we learn about ourselves. And all through the Bible, we find stories of people and their feelings toward one another. Most of these stories tell us of the love they have for each other and the sacrifices they made for those they love. But there are also stories of people who feel nothing but hatred for others, who don't know what it is to feel real love. People like that are incapable of happiness. They live only with cruelty and violence. I was going to tell you the story of the prodigal son, but I think I'll save that for another time. This morning I'm going to tell you the story of two women. The name of one was Ruth. The name of the other was Naomi. The important part of the story deals with the love of the young woman Ruth for the older woman Naomi. It tells of their feelings for one another and is remembered to this day because of a moment in their lives when neither knew if they would ever see each other again. It was at this moment that Ruth turned to Naomi and said something that made Naomi realize how deeply she was loved by Ruth. She said, "For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge." If you'll all please open your Bibles to page 305 and read silently to the end of the chapter. We'll talk about it during discussion period.
It ain't over yet, is it?
The children will be going out for a short recess soon. If there's any feeling left in you, you'll leave as soon as they go out to play. I can arrange to have them play in an area where they won't even see you. Oh, believe me, this is no trick. Even if I wanted to, there's no one I could tell it to. You'll be miles from here before anyone else arrives. Please.
Ma, I think I can travel now. I'd be in a lot worse fix than I am now if she hadn't helped me.
I know what's best for you, boy.
I think we ought to get out of here, Ma.
You think I'm gonna do what that woman tells me to do? We'll go when I'm good and ready and not before. She didn't fix Lon up because she wanted to. We'd be in jail this minute if she'd had the guns and not us. Ain't that true?
Maybe.
You see, I know all about your fancy kind. Afraid to breathe the same air we do. We belong in cages where they won't get contaminated. Well, maybe if you'd had some hard times. When we're ready to leave, you and your daughter will know all about it. Now get back down there. Go on.
Your Bible story was beautiful, Audra.
Until today, that's all it was. Just a story. I'll go in and get the hymnals.
We was getting along real good, you and me, before we was interrupted.
You'd better go.
Ain't gonna be no interruptions this time. Your ma out there with the kids. Mine busy up there.
Where? You dirty, rotten beast! Go! Get out! Come down here! Fly! When I ain't watching you! No damn skulking swine. Nothing's bad enough for you. Oh, going after some woman when your brother's lying up there dying. Heartless. Good for nothing. I ought to kill you here. Kill you.
Well, do it then. Do it.
Kill you. Then I wouldn't have to worry about you no more. Oh, I'm sorry, Wes. I didn't mean none of that. What kind of a ma would I be? Killing my own flesh and blood that I gave birth to. Come on, boy. My baby. Just like Lord and Troy. I wouldn't harm a hair on your head. Except now and again when you get me round. But it don't mean nothing real. Just trying to show you what's wrong and what's right. Always. I didn't mean to hit you so hard. You ain't hurt bad, are you? It'd tear the heart right out of me if you was hurt bad. Oh. Come on now. Come on. Sit up now. I'll give you my little smile. Oh, come on. Oh, let's see a smile. Oh, Wes. I love you still. Just like always. Come on. There's a good boy. Now you go back up to the lookout. We'll be leaving in a very short while. Nothing would have happened if she hadn't egged him on.
That's a lie. You really believe your son needed that kind of encouragement?
He's good. All my boys are. I've always made sure of that.
Oh, you've made sure of a lot of things. That's all Annie Morton has ever done, made sure that she and her sons got what they wanted by helping themselves, by killing. How many did you kill when you held up the Denver stage or robbed that bank at Albuquerque? Did you get what you wanted when you killed that rancher in Tucson? Or those 2 gold miners at Settler's Gap?
You got quite a bit of information about me, don't you?
It has stared at me from a dozen posters.
Get those kids back inside.
We ain't got too much time before they come back for them kids, Mom.
Them 2 ain't gonna stay behind when we go.
Well, now, you ain't thinking about taking them with us, are you now?
I done my thinking. We're gonna get rid of them.
Well, Mrs. Morar, come on in.
No, thank you, Gerard. I just want to know, is everything all right?
Well, it's a little quiet around here, if that's what you mean. Mother and Audrey are down at the church. Audrey's giving her first Bible class. And Nick and Heath are transporting all the children for her.
Well, about an hour ago, your mother came to our place. She wanted the doctor, but he's away fishing.
Well, what you want him for?
Well, that's the funny thing. She didn't say. I thought it was someone up here who was sick. I gave her Tom's medical bag.
Well, why wouldn't she tell you what she wanted with him?
I don't know. She acted so strange. There was a man with her.
Who was he?
I never saw him before. They came in a wagon.
Well, if you'll excuse me, Mrs. Moran, I'd better get right over to the church.
Right.
And thank you very much.
Not at all.
Wes has got the other canteen. Go and get it, Troy.
I need your canteen, Wes. Them, two down there. Ma says she don't want them around when we leave.
Yeah, how's she aiming to fix that?
Easy. Shoot them.
What does she want to go and do a thing like that for?
Well, you feel like arguing with her about it, Wes?
Just don't think it's necessary, do you?
Well, Ma, she don't pay much mind to what I think. Yeah, she's done okay up to now with no help from us.
Except it's us that do the dirty work. It ain't right killing them two. She's set on it.
Well, if you'd seen her face, you'd know she was.
Well, I don't go along with her. It's all wrong.
Well, I'll tell you said so, brother.
Someone's coming!
You lost your mind? I told you to knock on the wall.
It's the rider!
He's not to come in. Here!
Come on, children, come with me.
You stay up here with us. Go down and see who it is, Troy. Down on the floor. Get down on the floor.
Drop that gun, drop it. Over there. Ma, he killed Troy!
Jared! You all right? Who's that?
My son.
Get that gal out here.
Leave her alone, please.
Shut up. I gave you an order.
There don't have to be no more killing, Ma. Look, I'll go get Lon. We can get out of here.
I told you to get that gal in here.
But what's the use, Ma? Killing her ain't gonna help us none. We can still make it up to the mountains before anybody else gets here.
They killed Troy. And they gotta pay for it. That's reason enough. Now you go get that girl.
Well, what's your reason, Ma? You ain't got no reason for killing her.
I've got plenty of reasons.
You've only got one, jealousy. You're going to kill a 19-year-old girl for no other reason than jealousy.
Jealous?
Why else would you do it? She's done nothing.
That's right, Ma. She didn't do nothing. It was me that started all...
You hit me. Your ma. You hit your ma.
Couldn't help it. The way you treat me, the things you make us do. It was true what she said. You want to get rid of her because you're jealous every time I turn my head to look at a girl, let alone go near one.
I'm warning you, Wes.
It was the same with that gal in Wichita. The one I wanted to marry. What did you do but beat her up so bad she couldn't ever show her face again? And it'll be the same with Lon, too, when he's older, just like it was with me. He ain't never gonna be free of you as long as he stays with you. You gotta forget it, Ma. You gotta let these people go.
I'll get her myself.
Ma!
Now, you stay away from that girl or I'll kill you. I mean it, I'll kill you.
We opening a new winery, Nick?
Nope, cider mill. Audra, give me a few glasses, will you, please? I'll give you all the privilege of sampling the finest cider made this side of the old country. That's it. Jared, how much capital outlay do you think I'd need to put cider on a commercial scale?
Well, that depends on its size. $5,000 or $6,000 might cover the filtration plant, give you a first run of a few hundred gallons.
Nick, you're not really serious about this, are you?
Dead serious. Start in the apple orchard. Lay in a stock of Gravensteins and Spitzenbergs, and in a few years, we'll be shipping Barclay cider all over the state. Ah, now will you look at that? Nectar is what it is. Not too sweet and not too dry. Ah, Heath, grab yourself a glass.
Oh, what's that for?
That jug of cider you gave me this morning. I gave it to Don Hamilton.
The vet.
That's right. After he sampled it, he tried it on his horse. Said it beats all the liniment he's ever used. Great for a rub-down. And he's going to be using a couple of more jugs near the end of the month.
Let's go into supper, shall we?
By the way, I ran into the Reverend. He wants to know if you're going to teach next Saturday's Bible class.
Of course.
I think the Reverend found the right girl.
blindfold?
Perhaps it is better to die in complete darkness.
Nobody move! I've got those guns. Throw them in the bushes. Over there! Quick! Now everybody back! Back!
Now you.
Get the horses!
It'll be hard to catch him in the dark.
We'll catch him, all right. He made a great mistake. Now he's got to die a second time. Good morning.
There's a sign over there that says no trespassing.
I don't pay any attention to signs.
Well, you'd better pay attention to this one. This is Barclay property.
I intend to leave nothing but my footprints, and I'll rub them out if you insist. Why, you'd be one of the Barclays, huh?
Yes, and you?
Eric Mercer.
Well, you're lucky no one shot at you. We've been having a lot of trouble up here lately.
None that I've caused, I assure you. I'm only a trespasser. And, I'm armed with nothing but a book of poetry. Thank you. I'm about to make some coffee. You want some?
No. You're the first man I've met who reads poetry.
No? I'm sorry, I'm the first. Poetry's shorthand of the soul.
What kind of poems are in that book?
Whitman, Coleridge, Shelley, Shakespeare.
Who do you like best?
Hard to say. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. So I slept here last night. Do you begrudge me that?
You're not too happy with fence jumpers.
You are a mass of cliches, girl. That's one. What do you care about fence jumpers? If they take nothing, hurt nothing, just look. Why? Do I contaminate the air you breathe?
Of course not. I suppose it's just that you're not supposed to be here without permission.
That's what I mean about signs. They're the outward evidence of conformity.
You can stay here tonight. And I'm not a conformist.
Rebellion. The first sign of sanity. Well, perhaps you do have a chance after all. All right. I accept your kind invitation.
I'm looking for a black gelding stands 15 hands. If you see him, you might bring him by the ranch. It's just a mile north of here.
If I do, I'll bring him to you. In a jeweled box, Princess. That's pretty. Sorry I'm late.
Well, I hope you had dinner on the trail because we polished off all that wild duck.
Oh, Gerard, there's plenty of duck in the warmer.
Well, I had some tasty dry jerky up on the ridge. I'll just have some coffee.
Did you find out who butchered that steer?
What steer?
Oh, he's found the remains of an animal up on the North Ridge day before yesterday.
Yeah, there are 3 more gone out of the herd in the high grass. And the black gelding's still missing.
Well, some of those saddle tramps ride through there.
Saddle tramps don't usually kill cattle or steal horses.
Well, somebody's working that area over. We've got to keep our eyes open.
Audrey, you were up on the ridge today, weren't you?
Yes.
Did you see anything suspicious?
Nothing suspicious.
Any more fence down?
Just the one on the strip.
Well, that one's been down for a week.
Audrey, would you give me a hand? I'm having trouble with that penny pointer.
Sure.
Beamer's still cutting poles for it?
Yeah. I think we better start working over all those fence posts.
Now, hold that there, good and tight.
Okay.
Now we'll tack it. How long were you up on the North Ridge?
Oh, a little while.
Did you make a fire?
No.
Well, you must have passed through a burned area somewhere. With smudges on your riding pants. Do you want to tell me about it?
How do you always know?
Well, that comes with practice.
I met someone on the North Ridge. He wasn't doing any harm. I told him he could stay there tonight.
Well, you better tell your brothers about it.
Oh, they're always making too much out of nothing. I'll write up in the morning and make sure he's gone.
How'd you find that?
How did you?
Oh, well, I saw you here. Sis, I wouldn't come back up here alone until we found out who made that.
All right.
Hold it! All right, now get up, mister. Back to that horse. We're going back slow and easy. This is a fellow that's been helping himself to our stock. I found a steer killed and butchered right on his route, and he was leading the black gelding.
Who are you?
Eric Mercer.
You've made a mistake. I asked him to watch for the black horse and to bring it to me when he found it.
You asked him.
Yes, I asked him, and I gave him permission to camp on our land.
You gave him permission? Huh?
Yes.
When?
Yesterday.
For which I thank you, Princess, and I was bringing the horse back to you.
Well, what were you doing up there?
Passing through.
Where were you going?
The islands under the wind.
Why did you run when I asked you to stop?
You had a gun. I didn't.
Audra, send Diego for Dr. Morel. Boys, carry him into the library.
You had a concussion when you fell off that horse. Often happens, the reaction is delayed. I recommend the next few days you rest.
Yeah, rest. Universal panacea.
Don't joke about it. It is the universal panacea. I'll see you again in a few days.
You can stay on here if you like for a while until you're a little steadier.
No, I'll camp up on the ridge if it's all right with you.
Mercer, I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have run away like Horatio. I should have held the bridge.
You need the rest. Please stay.
No, thank you. Walls close in on me.
Well, there's a place to stay a couple of miles behind the house.
Yeah, a grove of trees, plenty of water. You could camp there.
I'll do that.
I'll give you a hand.
Thanks.
I wonder who he is.
Just a traveler bringing back one of our horses. Maybe. But I intend to find out.
He's up in those hills somewhere.
Sure?
I'm sure. That horse of his throws his right front foot. You can't mistake it.
I know these things are something worth to me. The wondrous motion of a horse, the clouds that crown the peaks, the roaring sea.
What makes you talk like that?
What makes you like this horse? He's poetry. Oh, yes. Like the sun when it rips across the valley, or clouds rising like fists in the sky. That's poetry. Look, this leaf is poetry. See?
I've often wondered, why do most poets worry so about life?
Because it's very short. Because most people don't even taste it. Most of them are dead when they're 25. They never think or feel again. How to be alive is to savor every moment. To see the pattern of the whole in 1,000 little things.
I'll have to think about that.
Time you did.
The family's been wondering how you are.
Well, my vision's clear. My appetite's good.
Will you be staying with us long? You might like it here.
I do, but I can't stay.
Where will you go?
West.
Why?
Because I must.
You think you'll be coming back this way?
I don't think so.
Well, then before you leave, you ought to get to know some of the people in the valley. They're very nice. We're having a party tonight. Will you come?
You don't get to know people at parties.
Yes, you would.
No, you go through the motions. Talk about the same unimportant things you talked about at the last party.
You know, I think you're a snob.
Mm-mm. Just the time is too precious to be wasted.
When will you leave exactly?
Soon. Time's running out for me.
Audra, the guests are beginning to arrive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be right down.
Can I be of any help?
No, thank you.
I have a message for you. John Baxter says to save the first dance for him.
Oh.
Well, I was under the impression you were fond of John.
Oh, he's nice. I didn't mean it to sound that way.
All right, Audra, something is the matter. What is it?
I invited him to come to the party tonight, Mother. And he practically threw the invitation in my face.
You're talking about Mr. Mercer.
Yes. He was so sure he'd be bored to death here. I've never met anyone like him. Well, maybe it's good that he's not coming. He's rude and I don't understand him at all. I don't know whether he likes me or thinks I'm an absolute waste of time. But I know I want to see him again.
Perhaps there will be another opportunity.
He's leaving.
When?
I'm not sure.
Well, if he's a man of taste and judgment, I'm sure he'll say goodbye to you before he leaves.
I thought you'd be against him.
Why?
Because he's a stranger and you know nothing about him.
Audra, I'd feel much better if I knew who he was and what he was doing in the valley. I am concerned about him. But until he proves he can't be trusted, there's nothing I would say to discourage you. Now you hurry and get dressed.
You came after all. You're the most confusing man. Stay a few days, Eric. Stay. What do you see up there?
Riga. Perseus, Ares, the Pleiades, worlds beyond worlds. And worlds beyond that, millions upon millions of them. Endless grains of cosmic sand. You know, you make even this world seem important. I'll stay, Audra. As long as I can.
Drop the knife.
What can I say, senor?
What are you going to do with that stare?
Oh, I'm gonna cook it.
We've lost 4 steers in the last 5 days. Nobody can eat that much meat.
Oh, but I cook for a lot of people, senor.
Where do you find these lot of people?
They're over the hill. They have a camp there.
And I suppose you take us on over the hill.
Go on, move.
This man working for you?
He cooks for us. We can call it cooking.
And you owe us $38.
What for?
For the beef he's killed to feed you.
Well, we paid him for the meat. We forgot to buy it. Decided to steal it instead. What'd you do with the money?
The cockfights.
Oh, no, that's no problem of ours, mister. Come on, pay up.
What are you going to do with him?
Take him out into town, maybe turn him over to the sheriff.
See. Give him the money, Ben.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant?
You're looking at D Company of the 12th Cavalry, or what's left of it.
Well, what are you doing here?
We're looking for a man named Mercer. Eric Mercer. Ever hear of him? Should we have? No. I just thought I'd ask.
What do you want with him? What has he done?
I can tell you this much. He killed 63 men.
I've been saving this for last. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yes?
See that ledge down there on the right? That's called the judgment seat. I've always wanted to sit there.
Why?
You're always asking why. I'll tell you why. Because it would give me a feeling of power.
Oh, like Zeus with his thunderbolts. I wouldn't try it. You'd have to be scraped up.
I could make it. Eric, for a man who doesn't like rules, you have a bad habit of making them.
There's a difference between conformity and recklessness.
What made you a nonconformist?
The war. The most dreadful conformity of them all. Blind, deaf, unfeeling. I played with death, substituting rules and slogans for thought. No more.
Eric, how will you live? I talked to Nick about you. He has a job for you in the ranch, if you like.
That would be disaster. No, thank you.
Are you going to go on wandering around the world?
That's right.
Why?
You shouldn't meddle, Audra.
I don't know you. I don't know how to talk to you.
Hey, don't go up there.
I, like you, Eric, will do as I please.
Don't be a fool, Audra. Audra, don't be a fool. Audra?
Help, Eric! Help!
Take a deep breath.
Don't move. Don't do anything. Now, I have to go back to the horse to get a rope. You understand? Now, I'll be right back, but whatever you do, don't try to move.
Hurry, I can't hold on much longer.
You've got to. Now, just hold on. I'll be there in a minute. I'm coming.
I can't hold on.
You've got to. It'll only be a minute.
Audra, about 2 feet up, on your left, is a good solid ledge. I'm going to pull you over to it. I'm solidly planted here, and you're going to grab my hand, and we're going to pull you over.
I can't.
Do it, Audra. Trust me. Come on, give me your hand.
No.
I promise you, you'll be all right. Come ahead. Now.
You all right? I'm gonna tie this rope around you. Take it easy. Okay, don't look down. Now I'm gonna climb back to the top and pull you up.
Oh, don't leave.
I said don't look down. Just hold onto the rope. I'll be up there in a few minutes. You'll be all right, I promise you. Now, as I pull, keep your feet braced against the rock and keep stepping up, all right? Okay.
That was foolish, wasn't it?
Here's a great leveler. Keeps you, humble.
Then I humbly ask you to dinner tonight.
I accept with pleasure.
Where the devil are they?
Audra said she wanted to show him the ranch, but if I know Audra, she's probably showing him the entire valley.
Yeah, well, they should have been back here long ago. They're not back in 10 minutes.
Well, Audra, what happened?
Well, I just had a little fall. I'm all right. Mother, Eric's staying for dinner.
Well, you're very welcome. What happened?
She decided to climb down a hill. It turned out to be an Alp.
I fell. He saved my life.
Where were you?
On the cliff by the judgment seat.
I'm grateful. My daughter is very precious to me.
With good reason, Mrs. Barkley.
Mr. Mercer, I guess we owe you sort of an apology. We found a Mexican cook that's been stealing our beef and feeding it to some men camped on the other side of the draw.
How many men?
8, 9, more or less. Ex-soldiers.
Union soldiers.
Yes, I'd say. They seem to know you.
You'll forgive me, Mrs. Barkley, if I don't stay to dinner. There's something I must do.
Somebody better tell her.
Eric! What's wrong?
It's over, Princess.
You're leaving?
As soon as I pack my gear.
You said you'd stay.
I'd stay for a time, I said. Time's up.
Are you angry with me? Is that it?
No. Angry. You can't be angry with a wraith, a spirit, an idea. It's just time to go.
Just like that? Just go?
Yeah.
Eric, do I have to shame myself?
That you would never do. But I'd shame you if I stayed.
I don't understand him, Mother. He's leaving. What'll I do?
Do you love him, Audra?
I think so.
When I was your age, there was a young man, and he was gentle, poetic, wise. Unfortunately, he was also an embezzler. And one day they came and took him away.
What are you saying, Mother?
There's a group of ex-soldiers camped over beyond the North Ridge. They're looking for Eric.
Why?
They say he killed 63 men.
Eric? Killed? I don't believe it.
I didn't think you would, but you saw his face when Nick told him about those men. He's running away from them, Audra.
Has anyone talked to him? Asked him what happened?
No, not yet.
Well, don't you think someone should? You know, everyone thought he stole that gelding, too. There could be a mistake. Who are those men, anyway? They aren't deputies.
No, they aren't.
I won't believe anyone, Mother, till I've talked to Eric.
I never wanted that.
You never wanted anything. That's what's wrong with you. You won't accept anything from anyone.
Audra, they say just before a man dies, every nerve in his body comes to life in some great soaring flare of the spirit. We were caught in that kind of fire. But now it's time for you to go back to your family.
Stop talking that way and tell me the truth.
What do you want to know?
Why are those men after you?
You know about that. All right. There were 71 men left in my company. They had us holed up for 3 days. I mean, Guitarro, an Apache chief, and 200 of his men. Another company was coming up the river to pull us out. But I didn't know that. Anyway, Guitarro called for a parley. He offered to stop fighting if I'd give up, turn the company over to him. He said he'd hold us for ransom, $100 apiece. Well, I knew him. I thought I could trust him. We wouldn't have had a chance anyway if we kept fighting, so just had to take his word for it. I was a fool. Guitarro tied us all to stakes, with me last so I could watch. And they dug a pit and made a fire in it. And one by one, they threw my men into it. One by one. There were only 8 men left by the time help arrived. Well, the Army let me resign without a court-martial, but not the men. When their enlistments ran out, they started looking for me. You know, Morrison and the others. Now you know.
Eric? Aren't you tired of running?
Yes.
Stay.
They said they'd come to the end of the world after me.
You'll be safe here.
Perhaps this is the end of the world.
Undo, ma'am. My name's Morrison. This is Ben Wilkins.
Come in, gentlemen.
We're looking for a killer, ma'am.
Oh, there's no killer in this house.
Well, somebody has a camp up behind the house.
Is that any concern of yours?
We've seen him through the glasses.
You've been watching us?
Mrs. Barclay, we want that man badly.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Can't or won't?
If you'll excuse me, gentlemen.
Mrs. Barclay, Ben didn't mean anything. Excuse me. Perhaps you could help us, young lady. We're looking for this man.
We're not interested in your pictures.
We'd like your permission to search the hills behind the house.
No one searches this place. Not you, not anyone, for any reason.
You won't harm the place in any way. But I'm sorry, ma'am, with or without your permission, we are going to search those hills.
Well, there are 34 men on this ranch. You want to fight your way through them?
They're working roundup. Take them a day to get here.
Won't take the sheriff a day to get here.
No, it'll take him about 3 hours. More time than we'll need.
You ask for a fight, Mr. Morrison. You'll get it.
Mrs. Barclay, we've been through a war. One fight, more or less, won't bother us too much. Ben, good day, ladies.
They know, Audra.
They'll kill him, Mother. I'll ride up to the camp and warn him.
Send him to the line shack. I'll get the boys. They know another trail out of there.
Eric, they're here.
I know.
Well, come on.
Audra, when a man is running, he has two choices. Keep running or stop. If I run, I'll be caught by them in a short time. If I stop, I'll be caught by them in a shorter time. Makes no difference.
There's a line shack just over the ridge. My brothers will come and meet us there. Please.
All right. The line shack it is. Thanks, you can go back now.
I'm not going till my brothers get here.
I don't want you here, Audra. You've helped me. I thank you. Now go.
No. We'd better get the horses out of sight.
Tracks lead off towards that hill over there.
Well, let's check it out.
My brothers will be here soon.
Sure. I look at you and I know that I miss most of the good things in life.
You know I love you, Eric.
Not really, Audra. Love transforms two ordinary human beings into a special something. It's a special kind of life. It has to go on for a long time or it's nothing. This is a moment, a sample of something you'll have someday. Audra. Audra, promise me. You mustn't love the dead.
Looks like our friend has got company.
It's Heath and Nick.
All right, Audra, you can leave now.
No,
This is no place for you.
I won't go till I know he's safe.
All right, now you go get your horses. Heath will take you out the back way. Now, come on, move.
It's a waste of time. They'll find me wherever I go.
Look, mister, we're willing to do everything we can to help you out, but we're not going to get ourselves killed in the process. Now, come on, get.
I'm staying here.
Do you want to get yourself killed?
I've been running for 2,500 miles. I stop here.
You're getting to be an awful lot of trouble, mister.
Nick, please.
Heath, they're coming. I'll stall them as long as I can. You get them out the back way. Now, come on, move. Let's go.
Eric, you told me that living was the most important thing in the world. It is for you, too.
Audra.
Please.
Take this.
Mercer! Mercer! You may as well come out! Dismount.
Lieutenant, I want to talk to you.
We've got no quarrel with you, Barclays. Right out, we'll hold our fire. We just want Mercer.
What good's killing him going to do you?
Send him out. It's no concern of yours.
Well, you happen to be on Barclay land. That is a concern of mine.
Now, don't be a fool, young fella. We'll kill Barclays if we have to. We've come too far to stop now.
You come any closer and it will be too far.
Come on, let's go.
Get him out of there.
It's finished.
What are you doing home in the middle of the day?
Oh, well, it's kind of quiet around the office. My clerk said I was just in the way, so... All right, I wanted to take a look in on Audra. She's still in her room?
Mm-hmm.
How is she?
Oh, it's going to take time.
Well, it's been 3 days. Seems to me that's time enough.
She was in love. She's never been hit this hard.
Well, I know, but we can't just let her sit in that room. We got to snap her out of it. Take a look at this.
Oh.
Isn't that a beauty? That's the one she's been admiring down at Bandy's. This may help.
Jared, not just yet. There's nothing we can say or do or give to her that will change how she feels right now. Let her grieve, Jared. Let her do it in her own way and be done with it.
Well, guess maybe you're right. I guess this can wait. I have some mail I better check in the study.
I'm going riding, Mother, up to the North Ridge.
Have you had your lunch?
No, I wasn't hungry. Don't worry, Mother. I'm all right. Really, I am. You know, Mother, I learned something. Eric said that to live every second is the most important thing in the world, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Right now.